Good evening and welcome to our bulletin tonight, the Friday wave. It is the 5th day of the month of December 2025, only 20 days to the Christmas. And welcome to Ndizi TV Africa. Thank you for staying with us and welcome to our bulletin tonight. And in the highlights tonight, Kenya's political, diplomatic and developmental landscape saw major shifts this week, from President William Ruto joining global leaders in witnessing a landmark Rwanda-DRC peace deal, to Washington dismissing fears over Kenya's health data under a new bilateral pact as the government intensified oversight of stalled national projects in Bomet County. And the push for skills development gained momentum with over 3,300 TVET graduates celebrated today, while internal tensions rocked KANU amid accusations of governance lapses, and Nyamira County MCAs decried the Senate's decision to drop impeachment proceedings against Governor Amos Nyaribo. Welcome to the Friday Wave. My name is Chemutai Kirui, and on to our first story. Kenya's President William Ruto today joined world leaders in Washington, D.C., where Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo signed a historic peace deal that is aimed at ending nearly 3 decades of deadly conflict in eastern Congo. The agreement, endorsed by President Paul Kagame and Felix Tshisekedi, seeks to halt years of violence, restore stability in the region, and to pave the way for long-awaited reconciliation between the two nations.
There's tremendous wealth in that beautiful earth. It's beautiful earth, but it was stained badly with blood, tremendous amounts of blood. But in the region that will support a lasting peace, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Rwanda have agreed to more closely integrate their economies with each other rather than fighting.
Mr. President, what you have achieved is not only transformative, it is consequential and historic. This conflict has destroyed livelihoods, destabilized our region, and threatened the future of the entire Great Lakes African continent. We would like to extend our gratitude to President Tshisekedi and President Kagame for their leadership during this process. Reaching this point was made possible by the unparalleled consequential convening power of the United States and President Trump's resolute and focused commitment to global peace.
Nations and efforts, but none has succeeded in resolving the underlying issues. President Trump introduced a new and effective dynamism that created the space for breakthroughs.
The Washington agreements are not yet another document. These represent a turning point. They bring together, under a coherent architecture, a declaration of principles of a peace agreement and also the regional economic integration framework. There's a time for despair and there's a time for hope. Today, we are experiencing a great day. We are looking forward to this agreement, which will give back hope.
And still on Kenya's international diplomatic matters, the United States Embassy in Nairobi has dismissed claims that Kenya's health data and patient samples will be shared with Washington under the new bilateral health cooperation pact. U.S. Representative Susan Burns said that the agreement signed by President William Ruto and U.S. officials in Washington is focused solely on strengthening Kenya's health systems, assuring Kenyans that no information will be transferred without consent or legal safeguards.
About should we be getting assistance? Kenya should be self-reliant. What about our sovereignty and our rights? And I think that this is really an investment in Kenya's sovereignty and self-reliance.
It will be a transition, a phased transition over time to try to get to make sure that the government has the systems to be able to do this.
Just putting on in paper the similar policies that we've followed for many, many years in this space. And so any data sharing going forward will be aggregated data. In other words, not personally identifiable data.
We would test some of the specimens where they didn't have the capabilities within their own labs, so that we would actually continue with that moving forward. Also, part of the agreement is building up their lab network so that they have those capabilities themselves.
And I assure you that every shilling and every dollar will be spent efficiently, effectively, and accountably.
That money is not just going to be spent to provide medicine and care. It's going to be spent to improve the domestic infrastructure, healthcare infrastructure.
And back home, the Kenya Kwanza administration has reaffirmed its commitment to reviving crucial infrastructure after a high-powered team led by Deputy Chief of Staff Eliud Owalo toured Bomet County. The officials inspected billion shillings worth of stalled roads, water systems, housing units, and the proposed Itembe airstrip, with the government promising faster completion timelines, renewed oversight, and enhanced accountability to ensure the projects finally deliver value to the citizens of Bomet County.
Our objective today was to inspect and verify the status of various national government projects being implemented within Bomet County. You are aware, as I do, that many a time the reports you get at the headquarters may not actually be the correct position on the ground. So the purpose of undertaking these visits is to confirm whether or not the reports that we get from the line ministries as far as the implementation of national government projects is concerned is actually the correct position on the ground. And where there is a deviation, we take corrective action. Where there is need for an intervention, then we take appropriate action with a view to alleviating the challenges emanating therefrom. Then we have visited 2 roads, one of them being the Sibwet-Mirigi Chemaner Longisa Road, being implemented at a cost of 2.8 billion shillings by the Kenya Rural Roads Authority. The project's status is at 20%. The timelines had elapsed. This is a project which was started off way back in 2020. It's actually stalled. We revived it. It's at 20% completion level. It's being undertaken by China National Aerotechnology International Engineering Corporation. It was revived through a presidential directive in August 2025. The contractor was asked to enhance capacity, both in terms of human resources and equipment. We are not convinced that the contractor has done that, and we have cautioned the contractor to up his game. As the government delivery unit, we are also going to liaise with the relevant government agencies to see what we can do to unlock that project. It is the same case with Longisa Sigor Gyogong Road being undertaken by the same company. It's only at 26% completion level. It had stalled again, but again revived in March 2024 through a presidential directive. Again, we are not very happy with the progress of that road, and we have cautioned the contractor to up his game. We have also expressed concern that the same contractor is undertaking a whopping about 11 different road projects in different parts of the country. And we are worried that there is no justification in awarding to 11 contracts to a contractor who is not performing based on existential experience. But we will sort out that internally within the relevant arms of government, because repeat business really should be based on on performance of the contractor based on existing or ongoing projects. We will address that internally within government. We'll pick it up with the relevant ministries and the relevant.
And on education matters, Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Migos Ogamba has underscored the central role of technical education in Kenya's future as he presided over the 46th graduation ceremony at the Kenya School of TVET. More than 3,300 graduates were honored, marking another milestone in the government's drive to equip youth with practical, industry-ready skills. The CS noted that TVET remains the backbone of Kenya's industrialization and global competitiveness.
Congratulations, all of you, for your graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, even as we gather to celebrate the academic achievements of our graduates, let us not forget to also celebrate the milestones that the government has made in the TVET subsector. Kenya has come a long way in reforming technical and vocational education and training. With the government's heavy investment in technical education, backed by the surging demand for technical skills, the perception towards technical education as a second option is rapidly changing. TVET in Kenya has moved to the center of our national agenda. It is now an indispensable bedrock on which lies the pillars of our country's prosperity. To strengthen training in TVET institutions, the Ministry of Education has, in the last 2 years, trained through the Kenya School of TVET over 10,000 TVET trainers nationwide in the competency-based education and training delivery methodology. This thereby signifies and significantly advances the quality and relevance of technical and vocational education. This has been possible through pre-service and continuous professional development programs at the Kenya School of TVET. The efforts to build capacity of the TVET trainers ensure that equipping of our youth with practical, future-ready skills is aligned with industry and that these needs are done effectively. May I take this opportunity, therefore, to congratulate the Kenya School of TVET for the successful rollout of training on CBET delivery methodology, earning position 3 in the rankings for teacher professional development by the World Federation of Colleges and Polytechnics. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, the government, through the support of His Excellency the President, continues to implement reforms to align technical and vocational education and training to industry demands, innovation opportunities, and pertinent skills required for national growth. This transformation has been as a result of collective efforts anchored on the conviction that our young people must be equipped with industry-driven skills. The reforms are designed to increase access by constructing and equipping more TVET institutions. The enrollment in the public TVET institutions increased from about 406,000 in financial year 2023-2024 to over 700,000 in financial year 2024-2025, with our target being to grow the enrollment to 2 million by the end of 20.
Now shifting to political matters, a leadership standoff is brewing within KANU as several county branch chairpersons accuse party leader Gideon Moi of neglecting internal governance. Led by Machakos County Chairman Peter Thufa, the officials claim that the party has gone 2 years without a formal meeting and one of legal action unless a national conference is convened. They further allege that unnamed insiders are plotting to destabilize the party and to mismanage its assets.
Tumekaa sana muda mrefu bila hatujakutana. Na hii chama ya KANU sio chama ya mchezo au chama ya kuchezewa au chama ya kununuliwa au chama ya kuingia kwa chama kingine. ili imezwe, na sitakubali hii chama imalizwe na watu ambao wanatumia au wanataka kutumia matumbo yao peke yao kwa kuharibu chama. Kwa hivyo nakuomba tafadhali, machemeni wamependekeza kama inawezekana utuite tarehe 16 Disemba.
And in Nyamira County, members of the County Assembly are expressing outrage at the Senate's decision to drop impeachment proceedings against Governor Amos Nyaribo. The MCAs accuse senators of abandoning their oversight duty and failing the electorate. They now plan to move to court to challenge the ruling, arguing that justice and accountability have not been served in the Senate.
The senators spent much of the time debating on the PO, and finally they did not give us an opportunity to prosecute our case about the issues that have been bedeviling Nyamira. For quite a long time we have seen issues that have led to stagnation of development in Nyamira.
What happened? That 1 hour break that my colleague leader majority in the Senate asked for. What happened after that 1 hour? That the Senate decided to vote on the preliminary objection, and 3/4 of them who were supporting us crossed over and supported the preliminary objection.
Kwa hivyo tunaomba watu wa Nyamira wawe watulivu, ya kwamba tuko na njia mingi tena ya kuangalia haya maneno. Tutaenda kotini ili koti iende kusema ya kwamba idadi ya MCA ni wangapi ambao wanatakana wafanye ile.
And meanwhile, the National Council of Churches of Kenya, NCCK, is sounding the alarm over what it calls the erosion of democratic values in the country. The clergy, led by NCCK Chairman Dr. Elias Agola, fault political leaders for voter bribery, rising gangs, and the passing of what they term as unjust laws in Parliament. The council is urging leaders to uphold the spirit of the 2010 Constitution and safeguard the nation's democratic foundations.
Our candidate is doing violence. Let them not be fined. Let them be deregistered. Let them not continue to be candidates, because that is the power that the people of Kenya gave on IEBC. We have promises on SHA which are not being delivered, and when we talk to the public, they are saying if SHA cannot deliver the promise of health financing, then they should be disbanded. And I think this is a call on SHA, the Minister for Health, the other agencies around health, to pull up their socks and deliver health financing. They must make sure that capitation and funding of education, from basic education to higher education in our universities, is fair and just. And we have already said that the university funding model has made so many people, so many young children, not to access education.
In every assessment that NCCK has done in our 9 regions, more than 80% of the people say that the nation is heading in the wrong direction. About 77% indicate that they are poorer today than they were 1 year ago. More than 60% would not re-elect any of the current political leaders. The cost of living in Kenya is too high, and the impact is devastating. The exit of multiple companies from the country due to a toxic business environment has led to massive unemployment, which has led to a radical drop in the purchasing power of citizens, and which has also led to a collapse of small and micro businesses. The failure by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, that is IEBC, the police and other state organs to punish the offenders has given indications of intent to water down democracy. What hope do Kenyans have that 2027 general elections will be any different?
It is exactly 23 minutes into the hour and the Friday Wave is taking a commercial break. Don't go anywhere because when we come back we shall be taking you to Kirinyaga County, whereby Kirinyaga County DCC authorities are urging heightened vigilance during the festive season to curb holiday risks. And in the courts, Isiolo County Governor Abdi Guyo secured a major victory after a petition seeking his removal was dismissed, even as livestock experts in the country cautioned farmers about counterfeit animal feeds, threatening production and livelihoods in the sector. It is 23 minutes and we shall be coming back to you after the break. Stay with Ndizi TV Africa and stay with the Friday Wave.
This festive season, treat yourself at Camel Park Hotel, just 5 kilometers from Kisii town off Kisii-Kilgoris Road. Enjoy luxury, comfort and a 10% discount on all accommodation services. Book now and celebrate in style. Camel Park Hotel, the pride of Kisii.
Mteja mpendwa, ni wakati sasa wa kujinyakulia aina ya flash disk kuanzia 8GB, 16GB na vilevile 32GB. Vilevile earphones, wireless headsets, unajipatia wireless microphones tofauti kwa bei nafuu. Yale ambayo unafaa kuyafanya hivi sasa ni kwamba unapiga simu kupitia nambari 0739318606. Yote unayapata kwa bei nafuu popote ulipo.
Je, wajua kwamba mapishi si kazi tu ila ni sanaa? Njoo tujifunze mapishi mapya katika runinga ya Ndizi TV Africa. Hapa ndipo tunapika, tunajifunza, tunakula, tunasherehekea na kucheka kidogo. Ungana nami kila siku ya Jumanne kuanzia mida ya saa 2 usiku katika kipindi chetu cha Pishi Bora. Hapa ndipo tutakuwa tunapika vyakula mbalimbali ambavyo vitakuwa vinanukia kama vile mchuzi wa nyanya, tunapika kuku kitunguu, tunapika wet fry na vyakula vingi zaidi. Njoo tujifunze pamoja na tulete ubunifu jikoni katika kipindi chetu cha Pishi Bora. Ungana nami Ronalfa katika kipindi cha Pishi Bora, tulete ubunifu jikoni.
a strive everybody longs for. Human beings will spend their time online searching remedies for conditions challenging them. Some will go to medical facilities seeking medical help, while others will use herbal means to keep their health hazards. I am Chemutai Kirui, and every week on Afya Yetu, we open the doors for life-changing conversations from wellness and nutrition, preventing diseases, managing chronic illnesses, and even mental health. We bring expert advice, real-life stories, and practical solutions that touch every part of your life. Join me, Chemutai Kirui, on DZTV Africa Afya Yetu Health Show every Friday from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. and be part of the change.
Je, wewe ni mmiliki wa aina ya gari aina ya Alto, Probox, Harrier, V8 na Lexus? Jipatie brake parts kwa bei nafuu hivi sasa. Vilevile oil filters kwa gari aina ya Toyota na vilevile Subaru. Ili upokee popote ulipo, piga simu kupitia nambari 0739318606.
Katika maisha ya kila siku, changamoto za kisheria sikosekani. Iwe ni haki zako kazini, masuala ya ndoa, mikataba mbalimbali, hata kwenye ardhi. Karibu kwenye Sheria na Jamii, kipindi kinachochambua masuala ya kisheria kwa undani zaidi. Hapa tutakuwa na wachambuzi wa sheria wa kusaidia wewe mpenzi mtazamaji kuelewa ni kipi kile sheria ya Kenya inasema.
Ni vizuri utumie sheria ambazo zimewekwa, the laws that are in place to help you control the properties even when you are dead.
Kwa mob justice, wale ambao wanahusika katika mob justice wanaweza kuletwa mbele ya mahakama na wakafunguliwa mashtaka, either iwe ni murder, a murder charge or a manslaughter charge.
Kila siku ya Jumapili kuanzia saa 2 hadi saa 3 usiku hapa ndani ya DZTV Africa, nami Jeff Nyakundi. Sheria na Jamii, tukielewa sheria tunajenga jamii yenye haki.
Mteja mpendwa, ni wakati sasa wa kujinyakulia aina ya flash disk kuanzia 8GB, 16GB na vilevile 32GB. Vilevile earphones, wireless headsets, unajipatia wireless microphones tofauti kwa bei nafuu. Yale ambayo unafaa kuyafanya hivi sasa ni kwamba unapiga simu kupitia nambari 0739318606. Yote unayapata kwa bei nafuu popote ulipo.
Every Wednesday night, join me for powerful stories and informative stories that will touch your heart and also will be informative on DZTV Africa, where we will be having Able and Ambitious. Join us as we empower voices that need to be heard and also encourage the inclusive voices in the society, one story at a time. We educate, we inspire, we break barriers and remind the world that disability is not inability. Tune in to DZTV Africa every Wednesday as from 8 p.m. as we celebrate and empower the able and ambitious in our society. DZTV Africa, beyond Africa.
Je, wewe ni mmiliki wa aina ya gari aina ya Alto, Probox, Harrier, V8 na Lexus? Jipatie brake pads kwa bei nafuu hivi sasa. Vilevile oil filters kwa gari aina ya Toyota na vilevile Subaru. Ili upokee popote ulipo, piga simu kupitia nambari 0739318606.
Welcome back to the Friday Wave, and thank you for staying with Ndezi TV Africa. Now moving on with our bulletin, residents of Kirinyaga County are being urged to stay vigilant during the festive season. The Deputy County Commissioner Josephine Mwengi is calling on families to prioritize safety while urging religious leaders to guide parents and young people through the long holiday period. She warned that while the season brings celebration, it also comes with increased risks that require community responsibility.
There are few issues that we must look at. Number one, our security. Jukwaa la Usalama Chair amesema security starts with you. And as our visitors come, please ensure that we are secure. Police ni wachache. DC ni mmoja, Kirinyaga Central. Si kweli? Mimi nitawaona wote, but if security will start with you, we shall be secure. If security is our paramount concern, we will take care of our security.
And still on matters national governance, the High Court has handed Isiolo County Governor Abdi Guyo a major reprieve after dismissing a petition seeking his removal from office. The case had alleged that Guyo and his deputy John Lowassa abandoned the Jubilee Party after being elected. However, judges ruled that there was no evidence to show the pair officially resigned from the party, effectively preserving their positions.
Petitioners asseiled the first and second respondents' conduct on the 2nd of June 2023, alleging that it was an defection to another political party which undermines the principles governing multi-party democracy, and thus the court should declare the first and second respondents by their action resigned from their positions as governor and deputy governor of Isiolo County. Without the evidence, we are unable to satisfy ourselves on the question of whether the conduct complained of constituted what is referred to as deemed resignation from a political party under Article 1 or the sub-Article 3 of the Constitution, as read with Section 14A of the Political Parties Act. We thus find the petition lacks merit and is hereby dismissed. We make no orders as to costs. Chooses to contest for elections on a political party. It has to be appreciated that the election is not just about the person alone. Party affiliation and ideology also play a critical part in the decision made by the voters during such an election. It would therefore be a serious political deception and lack of regard for the electorate for one to go about changing political parties without regard.
And now on matters agriculture, the livestock farmers are being cautioned to remain alert when purchasing animal feed products, following warnings from experts about counterfeit goods on the market. Speaking at the launch of the new Joymax feed manufacturing plant in Kirinyaga County, specialists said that fake feeds are undermining milk and meat production in the country. Farmers are now being urged to verify products carefully to protect their livestock and incomes.
In response to the growth of the livestock sector, we have expanded our product range to become a one-stop shop for animal feed.
Wale ambao wameitumia, kwa mfano unanunua ile tunaita high yield 33 kama 3,300 ng'ombe automatically inaongeza kilo 5 ama lita 5. Ukihesabu 5 liters times 30 days hizo ni 150 liters. Ukipiganisha na 50 shillings unakuta umeongeza over 7,000 shillings.
Joymax Animal Feeds, when you choose us, you choose reliability. Quality yenye mnajua ya Kavagara ni the same quality mtapata kwa Animal Feeds.
And now winding up, the Migori County Residents Association has urged elected leaders to hold early campaigns for higher political positions and instead focus on delivering essential services, warning that the premature political activities are undermining development and contributing to rising insecurity across the county. Our very own Lennox Odede tells us more in his report.
The Migori County Residents Group, led by Secretary General George Okede, has urged the elected leaders in Migori County to stop engaging in early campaigns for higher political positions, but instead focus on delivering services to the electorate. Speaking at one of the hotels in Migori town, the group emphasized that the leaders should concentrate on fulfilling their constitutional duties, noting that the early campaigns being witnessed across the county are undermining development. The group expressed concern that politicians are moving around the county overlapping jurisdiction in pursuit of personal interest rather than serving the people.
That the leaders to robustly undertake their roles and mandates as enshrined in the Constitution of our great republic and all other relevant statutes, so that residents can fully realize the benefits for which they place the leaders in the respective offices. Specifically, arising concern from Wanjiku on the conduct of the elected leaders who have expressed democratic ambitions in vying for higher seats come 2027 general election have been found to have abrogated their roles for which the residents voted them in pursuit for personal interest at the expense of the electorates within their areas of jurisdiction, thereby causing inadequate service delivery to the electorate as a result of the divided attention on the side of the said leaders. Consequently, the residents risk losing a lot in terms of service delivery in the affected wards and constituencies.
Unapata ina overlap, inaenda mpaka kwa constituency nyingine. Wengine wanafanya nayo kampeni huko. Sasa hiyo inatuathiri kwa sababu kuna watoto ambayo inafaa walipiwe karo kwa shule na hawapendi pata. Na tunahofia ya kwamba hata kama wanatumia pesa zao, tunahofia ya kwamba pengine hata pesa zetu ndio wanakata na wanaenda kutumia kwingine.
According to members of the group, the early political activities have contributed to increased insecurity incidents, with several youths reportedly attacked and some losing their lives.
Kampeni za mapema zinaleta maneno ya wizi katika kaunti yetu. Unapata kwamba vijana wetu ambao wanaendesha pikipiki zao zinaibiwa, wanauliwa mpaka kwa miwa, wanawekwa huko. Sasa hii inaletwa na campaigns ambayo inakuja kwa wakati isiyofaa.
They urge Migori County residents to ensure that their leaders remain accountable, pledging to conduct civic education across the county to help residents understand how to hold leaders responsible.
We will mobilize and actually make all the residents aware through civic education that whatever is going on is not right, and it will be judgment towards them and will be against those who do such, and consequently they may face the people at the ballot. So it is a real issue that we request all the residents to really come out and we journey together for the success of our county.
They further encourage political leaders to prioritize service delivery to the electorate if they hope to be re-elected in the next general election.
Hatutaki kampeni ya mapema. Waendelea na hiyo kazi yao, wamalize. Wakimaliza tena, ikifika wakati tutapiga kura, tutawapigia, tutaona wamefanya kazi.
It is not yet time for politics. It is time for service delivery. We need their services. We don't need their politics. Ambitions can wait. The time that you are going to be given by the IBC to campaign, and we'll start campaign. These premature campaigns disrupt services to the people, and we don't like it. We urge them to refrain from it so that we focus on development first.
Mtu tulimpatia kazi
ili atufanyie kazi. Kampeni na siasa mengine hiyo inatusaidia nini? Tunataka tufanyie kazi ili kesho akija anatuonyesha amefanya hii na hii na hii, kisha tunakupatia nani? Bila kazi tutamjuaje? Na tutamsaidia kivipi? Tutampigia kwa nini?
Lennox Odede reporting for Ndizi TV Africa from Migori County.
And that report from Migori County brings us to the end of our bulletin Ndizi TV News at 9 p.m. tonight. My name is Chemutai Kirui and my director has been Lucas Oma. Until next time, have a good night and a happy weekend as we head for the festive season. And have a good night from Ndizi TV Africa.